What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. So I'm back with another reaction video. Now, this comes from a woman who says, because Donald Trump is president, women should stop having sex in protest, child. It just sounds ridiculous to me. I'm just saying. But we're gonna look at it. Y'all definitely chime in. I want to hear your thoughts on this because this sounds absolutely ridiculous. But let's get into it. Here we go.
President, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency health care, you're gonna I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the handmaid's tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit. I'm sorry to the women and minorities who aren't going to get the help that they need in the next 4 years. I'm sorry for the people who are impoverished who are just going to keep from starvation and lack of healthcare and lack of governmental support.
Oh my God. This is insane. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is insanity. It really is. It really is. It's mind-boggling to me that is the main focus that people are focused on, being able to delete a child. That's what they're really focused on. If you are married, which a majority of our women are not, but if you are married and you have a husband, a committed husband, and you want to have a baby, you can have a baby. I don't see where they're saying if something goes wrong with if you're trying to create a family with your husband, there would be no reason to delete the child. I don't know. People are so focused on the wrong things. And while I respect people's opinions, I still have my own. And I just don't think that a lot of this is making any sense. What is not having sex for 4 years? What is that going to do for you? If she's talking to the majority of the single women out here who are single mothers, then maybe that should apply to them. Maybe that would work for them because at least you're not going out. It would give you more of a chance to not create another child by and create broken homes. Now, if anything, like I stated in the live, that can help that. Why does it take getting a president that you don't agree with for you to realize that your body is worth more than you going out here just having promiscuous sex? Why does it take a president that you don't like or approve of for you to promote women to not go out here and just be reckless with their bodies? Because that's what that is. Other than this, so if we had Kamala in office, then that means the promiscuity and the recklessness, the mismanagement of your body would be okay. Because other than this, I don't see women promoting healthy relationships and marriage. You mean to tell me a man voted into being the president that y'all don't like is the end all be all for you to not go out and just randomly give your body to Pookies and Ray Rays? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Because the reason why a lot of these women are out here having to or feeling like they have to delete babies is because you're out here having sex with men who are not your husbands and men who are not committed to you. And so you don't want to have their child because you know they're not going to be committed to you or the child because you're out here not prioritizing it the way that you're supposed to. Because if you were, this would not be an issue. This is not something that you would have to be doing. So, hey, maybe this is a win-win situation. If women stop having random sex and being empowered to be 304s, and if you choose to do that because of Donald Trump being a president, hey, maybe that might be a win for a lot of you. But I just think that that's insane. And so, there's a lot of things that are going on in this country. And I agree that we have to focus on the things that are most important. If a lot of these women were more focused on their bodies and respecting themselves and not going out here just thinking that being out here promiscuous is empowerment and all these things, we wouldn't have these issues. Like I said before, you wouldn't have the need to go out and have to delete your babies. They're so focused on that because they're reckless. And then the more reckless you are, the more chances are you end up pregnant with a random dude's child. And now you don't want to be stuck holding the bag. So what do? You're looking to get rid of it. Marry before you carry is important. Focus on prioritizing a man who wants a family, who wants you. That way, you're not just having any random babies, and you could be comfortable in having a child for your husband and not all these random dudes that don't want you in the first place. So I just thought it was mind-boggling, honestly, that this was, what was the main focus of the campaign, and this is what people mainly care about. And boycotting the president by saying you're not going to have sex, what does that do? What does that do? That's not beneficial to all women. But once again, I will say, if it takes that to make you stop being reckless, then maybe that's a win for all of the women who are out here being reckless with their bodies. But there's so many other issues I think we need to be focused on. And I think, a lot of people are out here just making, I don't know, I'm not going to say irrelevant, because it's relevant to somebody. But I just think that there's a lot more that we need to be focused on, and there's a lot more at stake. And I think the people, and let's just say this, the people who voted for Trump realized that. And the people who didn't, they were worried about something else. They had a different agenda, or a different, different things that they cared about. But at the end of the day, it seems like the majority of people in this country are worried about the same things. They're worried about inflation. They're worried about immigrants coming over and taking resources from citizens who pay taxes. They're concerned about possible new wars and things of that nature, because nobody wants to go to war. That is not beneficial to us for that to happen. So those are more pressing things, And I think a lot of times people forget that when they want what they want, you don't think about what's mainly important until you're faced with it. And until there was an actual war happening and people are drafted and all of this. This is when people start losing their minds, because it's real. Until it actually happens, it's not of a big concern, because you want something else. And this idea that we're going to be handmaid's tales and all that things, I think that is actually fear tactics. I think that is fear mongering. And a lot of people are buying into it, and they're crashing out, and they're crying, and they're stressed out. But honestly, a lot of these people are already stressing out and already crashing out. This just added to it, in my opinion. So I just think, we got to do better. We got to do better. That's all I'm going to say. We got to do better. We got to, start looking at things differently and focusing on the things that really would matter and really benefit this country and us as American citizens, and stop focusing on the things that are not as pressing as you want them to be. And then that will take away from you, you won't be crashing out and upset and all that kind of stuff, because life still has to go on. You still got to go out here and work. You still got to make a living for your family. You still got to take care of yourselves. And to me, that is at the forefront of anything else as it relates to people trying to take care of their families universally, everybody. And this is not just a black or white thing. It's an American thing. It's a people thing. People are complaining about how expensive things are and how more difficult it is to just take care of your everyday bills, how things are going up. So, things are more expensive, and it just does not match up to the income that people are bringing in. And it's not that people aren't making good money. It's just that things are too expensive. So those are the things we have to focus on. We're talking about people being able to buy houses and being able to just do the things they wouldn't normally be able to do, looking at the income that they're bringing in. And because it's lopsided, it's causing a major problem. And that's what people are focused on. People are trying to thrive and live. That's it. All this other stuff is extra. And when that's being threatened, that's why people voted the way they voted. And that's why they have such a big issue. And that seems to be the pressing issues that most people are concerned about. So once again, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about what this lady had to say. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on this one. This is very, very interesting. So chime in, comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell. Y'all know what it is. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.